Lord Vishnu has descended to earth in many avatars. One of his various avatars is Parshuram. He is shown as a violent person with an axe in his hand and rage in his eyes. Being trained under Lord Shiva, he possessed the power to win over the world. Born in the Dwapar Yuga, when Kshatriya warriors were the most powerful, they ruled all over the world. They had become unruly as a result of their power and had committed a variety of wrongdoings. As a result, Parshuram ended their dominance and restored cosmic equilibrium. He was also an eminent figure in the Mahabharata who was the guru of the Kuru teachers and trained warriors like Dronacharya, who in turn trained the Pandavas and Kauravas, the great Bhishma and Karna. However, it is the tale of him killing his mother that precedes over most of his other tales associated with him. In this video, let's find out why he committed the humongous sin of killing his own mother. Parshuram was born into a Brahmin family to Jamadagni and Renuka. Despite the fact that he was a Brahmin, he lacked any of the clan's qualities. He had always been a rebellious kid who was ready to fight every time, resembling many qualities of a Kshatriya clan. He perhaps got his nature from his mother, who was also a Kshatriya. Renuka was always a loving mother and a great wife. Her devotion to her husband Jamadagni was an inspiration to many. Renuka gave birth to 5 sons: Rumanvan, Suhotra, Vasu, Viswavasu, and Ramabhargav. Ramabhargav was the youngest and the most beloved, gaining the favor of Shiva and Parvati. Rama performed severe penance and was bestowed with an axe, also known as a Parshu, and henceforth he came to be known as Parshuram. Jamadagni was also deeply in love with his wife. One day, Renuka went to fetch water from the river. Due to her power of abstinence, a spiritual power that is received only when one gives up their sex life, she could collect water in the unbaked pots. Renuka went to the river to collect water in her unbaked pots. That day was so pleasant and magical. The cool breeze and scented flowers touched her soul. Renuka wandered like a happy soul to feel the serenity. It was more like she was shifted to another universe amidst the hypnotic surroundings. Suddenly, her eyes went towards a Gandharva king named Chitraratha bathing and making love with women in the river. Her sexual desires aroused and she became attracted to the Gandharva. Due to her strong desire to get sexually involved with another man, all her divine powers dissolved and her unbaked pots broke. She lost all her senses and fainted. When she woke up, it was too late. She had forgotten about her husband who was waiting for her return. Disappointed by the turn of events, she returned to the ashram in worry. Jamadagni had seen these events through his yogic power and was furious when she came back to the ashram. When she reached Jamadagni, the situation was worse and out of control. The burning fire inside his wife's heart was easily noticed in the red fury eyes of Jamadagni. It was not to Renuka's surprise that her husband had sensed all the happenings through his divine power. She fell at his feet, begging him to forgive her for the sin, but it was too late. The devastated and furious Jamadagni went to his sons and ordered them to behead their mother for the disloyalty she had shown. The sons weren't sure what to do. In Vedic culture, murdering any woman, let alone one's mother, is a horrible sin. On the other hand, disobeying an elder's command, especially the father's, is also a great offense. When the sage's confused elder sons declined to obey his command one by one, the sage instructed his youngest son, Parshuram, to kill his disloyal mother and disobedient brothers. Parshuram was full of courage, aggression, valor, warfare, prudence, and patience. His patience and prudence resembled Lord Ram, and his aggression named him Parshuram. Parshuram, knowing the power of his father, thought that if he refused to carry out his father's orders, he would be cursed. But if he carried out the order, his father would be pleased and would give him a boon. He would then be able to bring his mothers and brothers back to life with that benediction. He took his axe and approached his mother. The only intention in his heart was to obey his father, and no love for his mother could be seen on his face. Despite his mother's plea, he beheaded her in front of everyone's eyes. Jamadagni's next order to Parshuram was to behead his other sons too, who disobeyed his orders and disrespected him. Even this time, Parshuram did not raise a single question and thus killed his brothers. His father was very much pleased with his obedience and offered him a benediction. As a plea, Parshuram asked him to bring his mother and brothers back to life, and soon his wish was granted and they were brought back to life. Some versions say that Parshuram was asked to kill his mother because his father wanted to test his obeisance. According to some lesser known folk tales, Parshuram was filled with sorrow for killing his mother after the violence, repents and expiates his sin. After his mother comes back to life, he tried to clean the blood-stained axe, but he found a drop of blood which he was unable to clean. He tried cleaning the blood drop in various rivers. This is when he moves towards the south of India in search of any holy river where he could clean his axe. Finally, he reached Tirthahalli village in Shimoga, Karnataka and tried to clean his axe, and to his surprise, the axe gets cleaned in the holy water of Tunga. With respect towards the holy river, he constructs a Shivaling and performs puja at the temple. The place where Parshuram cleaned his axe is today called as Ramakund.